I think this new Dolphins offense is exciting, in my opinion. I know some people might say exciting is a bit of a strong word. They only scored 13 offensive points. That's fair, but I thought they did a lot well. And so let's talk about what they did well and really, I think, what's exciting for the future. Yes, they're still figuring things out. It's the first year in a new system. Like, it's going to take some time, but, it's the first game in that first year in the new system. It is going to take time, but I think that they're starting to show flashes, and I think that they can continue to improve. So that's why I'm excited about this Dolphins offense and want to see where they can go from here. So anyways, this is a fascinating play. I think this is a good play from Tua. And I really felt like once Mike McDaniel joined the Dolphins, it was going to be a great fit. So even though I liked a lot of what Flores did for the Dolphins, I was surprised to see him go. I think they replaced him with, a great guy to replace him with in Mike McDaniel. Anyways, this is the kind of stuff that Tua excels at, where it's zone coverage that they're going up against, but it's a cover 3 zone, but you notice there's only 6 guys in coverage, not the typical 7. That player right there for New England is going to be blitzing here, and there's kind of an expression in football that is a great rule of thumb, which is you throw to where someone is blitzing from, because if that guy is blitzing, that means that, he was showing as though that's where he's going to cover. Now other guys have to kind of cover up in that area, but they're not currently in position to do so. So that's a great way to throw great place to throw the football too. That route right there will eventually get into that gap in coverage. So that's why Tua is going to look in that direction. And as you see, Tua notices this. I mean, he looks right up and sees that that's where the blitz came from. The blitz was picked up nicely as well, because listen, you got to be able to pick up blitzes, and with a pulling guard, the right guard was pulling to the left, so that made it a little bit more difficult, but the halfback picks it up, is able to make the block, gives Tua time, and you look downfield, and you now have a player who's about to get open right there. So this is just Tua knowing what to do in this situation. Tua makes the throw, they are able to get the completion, while eventually, it was ruled a fumble, but then was overturned due to it actually being down, so there you go. Just a really good play from Tua, and with the Mike McDaniel scheme kind of having a lot of these plays happen, Tua can then excel at this kind of stuff. Like, this play is kind of a more simple version of what we're going to see more often, and this is what we saw last year to some degree, but with one slight exception, and I think the slight exception is who is getting the ball. So it's a cover 3 zone. You have a receiver running over the middle. He can get into a gap in coverage, in between 2 players who are covering over the middle of the field. That stuff I think we all get. Simple enough, very, common play against zone coverage. But what's fascinating is that Tua is now throwing it to Tyreek Hill. This is what they use Tyreek Hill as. Very similar to how they used Jalen Waddle last year. This is what these guys can do. And listen, there's a lot of value in it. I know we think of Hill as a deep threat, but that's not all he can do, and that's not the only way he can add value to a football team. First, look at how, just getting to the spot quickly, getting in the area where you are in a gap in coverage. The gap has been spread out due to a player going over and covering a different Miami player at the flat, but regardless, you see Tua is going to make a throw through a gap in coverage right here. In fact, he's already into throwing motion, which is, again, Tua gets this timing stuff down really well. This is the stuff he excels at. This is why he was such a hyped up prospect at Alabama, is because of how good he's always been at this stuff. But now when Tua hits that window, Tyreek Hill is able to take off and pick up a good amount of yards. And listen, when you're running these types of plays and it's Tyreek Hill who's getting the football, that's exciting. That can help your football team. But going over to this one, it's not like that's the only way this Dolphins offense was able to have success. This is a great play from Tyreek Hill. It's going to be man coverage, and it's going to essentially be a one-on-one matchup with Tyreek Hill going deep towards the sideline. He's currently in motion, but this is a great way to pick up some yards right here. Single safety deep. You can get some chunk plays here with a one-on-one matchup. With that one-on-one matchup being Tyreek Hill, that's great. The only kind of, exception I would say is that, defensive backs aren't going to let Tyreek Hill get by them, right? They're going to play off because you don't want to get burned deep with Tyreek Hill. Everyone knows who Tyreek Hill is. Everyone respects Tyreek Hill. But look at how when this play begins, so you see right here, what do you do in this situation? If it's a go route, I think if it's a lesser receiver, you just say, okay, it is what it is. Let's find someone else to throw to. But Tua is saying, hey, I trust Tyreek Hill. Let's see what he can do. Watch, Tua just throws it up there anyways, and it's just this is a pure 50-50 ball. This is a pure, I trust my guy better than I think your guy can make a play. And this is one of the things that I've always felt Tyreek Hill is underrated at. Hill is, we all know about his speed. We all know about his route running, but he can make a great contested catch. Watch, this is just a great contested catch, and even was able to get a few more yards after the fact. He's always been good at this. We don't see it too often because he usually doesn't have to make contested catches because he's always open. Like, that's typically how it works with Hill. He can make a tough catch, and he made one there. Of course, we got to talk about this play. One of the boldest plays you will ever see from a head coach, I think, which I like the strategy. I do. It's a 4th and 7 with 24 seconds left. You were on New England's 42-yard line, so just outside field goal range, really. The 4th down decision bot, so the analytics thing that I look at, kind of had it as a toss-up with a very slight favor towards the punt, actually. But this is kind of one of those, take the situation into account. The Patriots offense is doing nothing, so you can feel a little bit more confident. You can get these 7 yards and get 3 points. I like this call. And especially when you have a guy like Jalen Waddle, who against man coverage is going to do this. Watch Jalen Waddle. He's going to get the inside leverage, and Tua hits him right away. The second Waddle cuts, Tua times this perfectly. You can't hesitate on a 4th down. You got to make the throw the second it develops. That's exactly what Tua did. And then Jalen Waddle makes the grab and then runs by everyone else, and it's going to get all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. So, love the play call, love the confidence in the players, and also loved what the players did. So, all this stuff was very good. I thought Tua did a good job as being a game manager. It wasn't perfect. I do think it's fair to bring up this play, which it was a bad play. There's no getting around it. It was a bad play. I thought Tua was, as a whole, solid all game. Again, I thought the offense was really good. Tua's numbers are maybe better than how he actually played, but I still thought he played solid. This was just the one mistake that he would love to take back. Watch how when Tua takes the snap, he runs the play action. He's going to be running across his body because, again, left-handed quarterback right here. I paused it because you have a defensive player who's going to run over and, try to hit Tua, try to, hopefully disrupt this play. So Tua's aware of this. Tua knows if he makes a throw here and, has to gear up to make it, he's probably taking a hit. However, he doesn't anyways and tries to. Looks like he was trying to hit Waddle and just kind of overthrew it. It's a mistake. It is. It's kind of an understandable mistake because you did get hit as you were thrown, but you also knew that you were going to get hit as you were throwing. So you kind of don't really get to use that as an excuse. It looked like just a missed throw. Also throwing across the body makes it difficult, but that's something that Tua is always better running to his left than running to his right, just because of that. He's better at throwing with his body than against his body, but who isn't? So again, not a big deal, but I want to talk about the good and the bad. This was kind of the one negative in an otherwise, I thought, pretty exciting day. So it's all of these things that really gets me excited about the future of what this Dolphins offense could hold. Yes, it wasn't the most, explosive day you've ever seen, but it still had enough flashes to make me think that once they put it all together, it could be a lot of fun to watch. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.